Blessed are those who live out their dreams. That's the difference between listening to the knock on the door and going and answering.
God, that was great. What a glorious place to be.
How do you describe yourself to people?
Super nerdy rock climber. Just trying to figure out how to never grow up, really. I don't know.
How do other people describe you? Like if they're going to write an article, they say Tommy Caldwell.
Absolutely gorgeous. Hey, Jared, how you doing, man? Yeah, how you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to see you.
Good call on the sun hat.
Yeah, well, we've all been wearing them and breaking them daily.
Yeah.
So that's the dawn wall, huh?
Yeah, right there.
It doesn't look
so,
that hard.
Yeah, no, I mean...
My God.
Yeah, I said I love how the bus is loads of people always get out and they're like, oh my God, that's so huge. And you're like, just like, look that way, you know? Yeah.
Boom.
Tommy Caldwell is a living legend. The most mainstream notable achievement that he's done is the Dawn Wall, but that's just scraping the surface of who Tommy Caldwell is.
Since I first started climbing, I've looked up to Tommy. I mean, he is one of the best climbers in the US. Tommy's also one of the nicest, most hardworking, just wholesome, all-American men, you know? He's very much like the Eagle Scout type, you know? Always willing to help, always does his best. He has terrific character.
Tommy Caldwell looks like a little scrawny, unassuming character, but he's actually the best all-around rock climber in the world. He just finished one of the most historic rock climbing projects ever done, the Dawn Wall in El Cap. It's the hardest free climb in Yosemite, the hardest big wall climb in the world. And, you know, he just quietly worked on it for over 6 years until he completed it. And it's become this source of inspiration around the world for doing what many thought have been impossible.
The Dawn Wall is the hardest, biggest route that I could really conjure up in my imagination. I worked on it obsessively for 7 years. The goal was eventually to do a single push from the ground to the top without returning to the ground, and that took 19 days. But something crazy happened in this weird modern age where it just blew up and went viral.
A story we've been following from the start.
Kevin Jorgeson and Tommy Caldwell entered the record books on Wednesday, the first to free climb the Dawn Wall of Yosemite's El Capitan.
In their first sit-down interview, please welcome Tommy Caldwell and Kevin Jorgeson.
And all of a sudden, the world was watching, and it's totally changed my life. And it's been really cool in a lot of ways because I want to inspire people to kind of seek these big goals and come to national parks and to sort of dream big. I mean, the Dawn Wall represented kind of like the biggest dream that I could imagine, and then pursuing it with everything that I had. I think as I get older, my capacity for big challenge and big adventure just continually grows. Like the first time I climbed El Cap, I was like, that's the best it's ever gonna be. Like it's all gonna be downhill from there. And then I climbed other routes and that happened again. And I went to Patagonia and I had all these experiences where I was like, I'm never gonna surpass that. And I feel that way again with the Dawn Wall, but you never know. You know, there's a lot of life left.
Here, come stand over.
So about how far down is that? Do you have any idea?
It's about 3,000 feet at least.
Really? Our tallest mountain in Georgia is 3,000 feet. This is insane.
How's it feel stepping over the edge? Just like going to work?
I'm pretty used to it. A little slack. I mean, it definitely was nerve-wracking for a while, though. Like the first time I rapped off the top of El Cap, I was like, whew,
Yeah.
Jesus, this is intense.
And the problem is, no matter how well you guys film, you're not gonna capture how ridiculous this is. This is a whole nother level of crazy.
You know, the kind of climbs I do are inherently quite risky, but I think the moments in my life where I've been close to death are some of the most powerful. They tend to change you the most.
It was a terrifying experience for 4 American rock climbers.
This group was taken hostage by Islamic militants in Central Asia. They were held at gunpoint for 6 days. Little food, no water, and freezing cold temperatures at 13,000 feet.
Caldwell says when they were held captive, the conditions were horrible.
My first big international climbing expedition when I was 21 years old was to southwest Kyrgyzstan, this remote, beautiful climbing valley that was very similar to Yosemite, but you know, in Central Asia. Came into that trip as like this little kid, and I kind of came out of it really messed up for a while, but it really was this coming of age moment. About a week into our climbing trip, a rebel group called the Islamic Movement of Uzbekistan moved into the valley, and the Kyrgyz military showed up to fight and ended up just kind of colliding right on top of us. And we were taken hostage by the Islamic movement. During the 6-day period, that rebel group got kind of picked off one by the Kyrgyz military, and we were left with just one remaining captor. To me, it was just so obvious this was our chance to escape. And we ended up climbing up this big, steep mountainside through the night. I remember scrambling really quietly across this rocky ledge behind our captor. I remember reaching out, grabbing his gun strap that was strapped over his shoulder. I remember pulling him off. I remember him falling like 50 feet, hitting this ledge, and then just like bouncing out of sight into the blackness. And just laying down and putting my head in my hands and just kind of breaking down and being like, what did I just do? Within 6 months after that experience, I was living every day to its fullest. I was like, we lived through this experience, and I felt empowered in this way. So for me, it was like this incredible life-driving force, really. About 3 or 4 months afterwards, a reporter actually discovered that he survived the fall, and he was taken captive by the Kyrgyz military and was in jail. People around me that describe that time in my life when I found that out, they say I came to life again, although I don't really remember it that way. I just remember I had it within me to actually take a life. It's one of those things that's just too much to absorb. I view my life really as everything that led up to Kyrgyzstan and then everything since, like it had this ripple effect. I think it really led to everything I've done since. I think Yosemite is the place that made me totally fall in love with being outside. When I'm home and I'm reminiscing about kind of the most magical periods of my life, they're almost all spent here in Yosemite. It's where I've learned to love the outdoors. It's where I've fallen in love with my wife. It's where I came with my family. Even though I'm not from California, it's like where my heart is.
Nice work.
Tommy! Yeah!
Do you want to climb out? Do you want to do this?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But you're gonna belay me.
Me?
No, Tommy. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Not that, Blake, it's Tommy can belay me. I'm gonna take Tommy and belay me. I mean, it's like, you know,
There's not enough tea.
All right. It's like none of tea in China, he said. All right. That was beautiful.
Yeah, so we're thinking about actually going down a pitch so we could rappel down, and then we'd both go down, and we'd bring all of our gear and stuff, and then we'd climb out just like you would on a normal pitch. I'd lead it, and then you would follow behind me and clean the gear. It's just like, it could take a while.
Do it. What's the Jumar? Just tell me, like, where do we practice the Jumar? On a ledge?
Yeah, let's actually just practice that really quick right here. When you have to Jumar, all you have to do is unclip these from your harness, put them on the rope, and then you're like good to go. Jumar up a little bit.
Got it.
Clip straight into a bolt, take the Jumars off,
pull off a quick draw from my belt.
Have you ever thought about maybe your first attempt going off the side of your house?
Yeah.
Instead of over 3,000 feet? There's a lot of questions about the equipment.
Yeah, usually the way we do this is we'd actually find a place to like mount the rope vertically and you can practice it.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah, but it never works that way. Like my first Jumar was here and go.
Yeah.
So yeah. You got this.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
And then what do I want to do?
And then put your hand here, and then slowly just bring your feet over the edge. There you go. Yep.
Now, okay, everything's good.
Yep.
I want to start rappelling a little bit.
Go for it.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Doing it big time.
Woo! Oh my God. Holy shit.
Did I think he was going to die? Yes. Was I confident that I was telling him that he wasn't going to die? Yes. There's still that little bit that, like, maybe I might kill a major rock star celebrity. Yeah, there was that scaredness. But I think he's good.
Yeah.
Nice. Woo! It might be easier if you Jumar on this rope, and I'll Jumar on the blue one. Boom, just like that. No problem.
Woo! Yeah.
Beast. Okay, I'm off belay, Jared. I'm getting into it now. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty bold.
Yeah, totally. A good place to learn how to Jumar for sure. Right at the top of the cliff. So you're gonna stop right there, and we're gonna throw down the end of the rope, and I'm gonna belay you over this last little bit, and you're just gonna climb.
Okay. Okay.
You're doing great, man. You're gonna be such a good climber. It's really rad to see.
I mean,
Okay.
faith is faith is a good figure 8 knot. Coming
standard.
off like that without knowing anything and just being completely ignorant.
Yeah, you have to just trust us that we like set it up for you.
Yeah,
right?
and I don't even fucking know you, Tommy.
I know, totally.
So, you know, you're a fucking nice guy, but really at the end of the day.
I've only killed one person so
I know
far.
Oh, Jesus.
Your odds are pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'll just grab the other end of this blue rope here. Okay, good. And then just like mantle up over.
Oh my God. Okay.
Boom.
I'm tied into a lot of gear right now. I mean, my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. You can just sit on that ledge.
Oh,
and turn
fuck
around.
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah, brother. That was fun.
That was awesome.
That was fun.
Yeah.
It was really the swing down that got me, I gotta say, from the beginning.
Yeah, you
The
see as he
rest
was
I was
rappelling, he
okay.
like twisted around. I was like, oh, I wonder how he's going like that.
Yeah, that was a good exposure. But I felt pretty good otherwise. And once I got into it, once I moved and got into working, it was great. I mean, felt fine, felt focused.
Cool. Yeah, you look great. I mean,
You just, you know, you look at the rock and the thing, even looking down and the exposure, and now it doesn't obviously feel the same. Although I'm not ready to swing out again right now. I'm good.